auditorium. 24-hour CCTV surveillance is in operation throughout the ICCBS campus. You are requested to kindly wear your ID card or conference tag and do not leave your belongings unattended. Thank you for your attention. Ladies and gentlemen, as per institutional policy, safety and security announcement is to be presented for your kind attention. Please note that emergency exits are located left, right, and at the backside of the auditorium. In case of an emergency or fire alarm, please proceed quickly and calmly at the nearest emergency exits and gather in the lawn of Professor Ataur Rahman Laboratories located at the front of the auditorium. 24-hour CCTV surveillance is in operation throughout the ICCBS campus. You are requested to kindly wear your ID card or conference tag and do not leave your belongings unattended. Thank you for your attention. Ladies and gentlemen, as per institutional policy, safety and security announcement is to be presented for your kind attention. Please note that emergency exits are located left, right, and at the backside of the auditorium. In case of an emergency or fire alarm, please proceed quickly and calmly at the nearest emergency exits and gather in the lawn of Professor Ataur Rahman Laboratories located at the front of the auditorium. 24-hour CCTV surveillance is in operation throughout the ICCBS campus. You are requested to kindly wear your ID card or conference.
Members of the Dice Party are requested to kindly take their seats on the stage. Members of the Dice Party are requested to kindly take their seats on the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly rise for the national anthem of Islamic Republic of Pakistan. We will begin the ceremony with the name of with the auspicious name of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. For recitation from Holy Quran, I invite Qari Azizur Rahman.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان والأرض وضعها للأنام فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام والحب ذو العصف والريحان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان صدق الله العظيم.
Jazakallah. Honorable Chief Guests, dignitaries from IAS, government officials, diplomats, respected guests, faculty members, journalists, and various students, Assalamu alaikum and good morning. My name is Dr. Nasir Defi, and it's my pleasure to formally welcome you all in the inaugural ceremony of the 24th Scientific Conference of the Islamic World Academy of Sciences on challenges to promote science and technology for socio-economic development in OIC countries, under the high patronage of the President of Pakistan, which is hosted by International Center for Chemical and Biological Sciences, HEJ Research Institute of Chemistry, Dr. Pajwani Center for Molecular Medicine and Drug Research, University of Karachi, in collaboration with IAS, ComStech, and Highest Council for Science and Technology, Jordan, and partnered by Pakistan Academy of Sciences, Hussain Ibrahim Jamal Foundation, Dr. Pajwani Memorial Trust, and Government of Sindh, Pakistan. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to invite my dear teacher, Professor Dr. Mohammad Iqbal Chaudhry, Mustafa Prize, Peabody Honor Prize Laureate, Coordinator Chair on ComStech, Director ICCBS, and UNESCO Chair on Medicinal and Bioorganic Chemistry. Sir, please.
I request Professor Michael Wedley, please come up to the front. Honorable Sayyid Murad Ali Shah Sahab, the Chief Minister, Professor Dr. Atar Rahman, our mentor and patron chief, Professor Dr. Adnan Badran, we request you to come on the seat. Thank you. Okay. Professor Adnan Badran is going to join us. He is coming in a few minutes. He is the president of the World Academy, Islamic World Academy of Sciences, our vice chancellor, Professor Dr. Khalid Siddiqui, Mr. Aziz Latif Jamal Aziz Bhai, Chairman Hussain Ibrahim Jamal Foundation, Mahtama Nader Purwani Sahiba, Muhtaram Mureed Rahimu Sahab, Secretary, Universities and Board, dignitaries, diplomats, distinguished fellows of the Islamic Academy of Sciences, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum. I am very pleased to welcome the Honorable Chief Minister, distinguished fellows of the Islamic World Academy of Sciences, and other valued guests on behalf of iccbs and ComSec, OIC ComSec. You see, the theme of the event, Science for Sustainable Development, is timely and important. The foundational tenet of scientific enterprise is to benefit the human society while protecting the ecosystem we live in. It is now globally recognized that only science and technology can help the world to meet the challenging, enduring challenges of the climate change, poverty, and hunger. We are fortunate to have with us outstanding scholars from OIC region to speak on various aspects of the topic. Dr. Michael Wedley, the Oscar-winning filmmaker, a climate activist, and representative of UNESCO One Science Earth program, is with us also. Thank you very much, sir. He traveled all the way. He was in different countries, and then finally we were able to bring him to Karachi. He is an outstanding speaker, someone with inherent motivation to do something good for the country, for the world. Science and technology has played a central role in global transformation. On the brighter side, scientific breakthroughs such as green evolution, precision agriculture, and biotechnology have protected us against widespread famine, and antibiotics, antivirals, and others have saved millions of lives. We have the darker side also, but let me just speak about the brighter side. According to McKinsey's report on next big things, post-industrial economies of the world will be driven by 12 emerging technologies, including big data, blockchain, robotics, IoT, advanced energy storage devices, autonomous vehicles, third generation, genomics, and others. These disruptive technologies will drive massive economic transformation and collectively generate wealth over $33 trillion in the next 5 years. On the other hand, the darker side, in many cases, the fruits of human ingenuity have not reached to the people who needed them the most. This has led to unprecedented inequality and social distortion. Dissymmetry in scientific development and their application has created an inherent conflict and chaos between haves and have-nots. Therefore, development in science and technology is certainly important, but more important is to develop a science which is socially responsible, economically inclusive, and environmentally sustainable. Science with values of benefiting humanity, bringing ease in the lives of masses, and ensuring lasting peace and prosperity while in complete harmony with nature. This is what our Prophet, peace be upon him, said, ilm nafi. Unfortunately, the OIC region, home to over 1.9 billion people, is faced with daunting challenges of conflict, poverty, and environmental degradation. Despite these challenges, it is the youthful population which provides us an opportunity of growth and grow sustainably. If we are able to harness and unleash the creative potential of over 1 billion youth under the age of 25 years in OIC region. The International Center for Chemical and Biological Sciences, where you are right now, was established in 1966, is an excellent example of private-public partnership where leading philanthropic organizations and both of them are here, represented by Nadra Pangani Sahiba, Dr. Pangani Memorial Trust, and Mr. Aziz Latif Jamal Hussain Nawaz Foundation, have generously contributed in the development of world's finest research establishment. The ICCBS, since its inception, has contributed in global human resource development in frontier fields of science. Its thousands of alumni in 5 continents of the world are the permanent ambassadors of Pakistan. Currently, over 600 PhD scholars from home and abroad are benefiting from the excellence of ICCBS. The center is also serving the industrial sector and federal and provincial governments in critical areas of national need. Ladies and gentlemen, I also serve as the Coordinator General of OIC Standing Committee for Science and Technology, the COMSTEC, comprised of 57 ministers. In my tenure, COMSTEC has initiated major programs, including OIC's largest research and technician training fellowship program, has the Africa program, which covers East and Central, as well as Sahel region in Africa, capacity building in food security with many international organizations, 500 fellowships for Palestinian brothers and sisters, programs for refugee scientists called Science in Exile, OIC Technology Portal, research grant programs with International Foundation of Science and International Center for Genetic Engineering Biotechnology. We have country-specific programs with Yemen, Sudan, Somalia, Kyrgyzstan, and Burkina Faso. COMSTEC has established various institutions. One of the most important institutions is the Islamic World Academy of Sciences, which is actually organizing this major international event. Along with this, we also have 13 Islamic network for science and technology development in different fields. At the end, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to our Chief Minister for his sustained support to ICCBS in all these years. He has been a strong supporter of the excellence of ICCBS. I'm so extremely grateful to his support and his patronage to the institution. I'm also grateful to the Vice Chancellor for his unprecedented support to the institution, and all of you, ladies and gentlemen, for your presence here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you so much, sir. And now I'm pleased to invite Ms. Saman Aziz Jamal to deliver the remarks on behalf of Mr. Aziz Latif Jamal, Chairman of Hussain Grant Jamal Foundation. Honorable Chief Minister Syed Murad Ali Shah, Vice Chancellor Professor Dr. Khalid Mahmood Iraqi, Professor Dr. Abdar Rahman, FRS Patron-in-Chief, ICCBS, Professor Dr. Adnan Vedran, President of the Islamic World Academy of Sciences, Professor Dr. Iqbal Chaudhry, Director, ICCBS and Coordinator General COMSTEC, Mohtarama Nadra Panjwani, Sahiba Chairperson Dr. Panjwani Memorial Trust, distinguished delegates, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. It is with great pleasure that I welcome the Honorable Chief Minister and all of you in the inauguration ceremony of the 24th International Conference on Science and Technology for Sustainable Socio-Economic Development of the OIC region. This major event is jointly organized by the OIC Standing Committee on Science and Technology and International Center for Chemical and Biological Sciences. Over 50 participants, including over 30 fellows of the IAS from some 19 countries, are here to attend this important event. The IAS is one of the key organizations established by COMSTEC General Assembly. I am pleased to learn that IAS is working closely with the COMSTEC and ICCBS for the capacity building of the young scholars from OIC countries, for the science and technology-based socio-economic development of the OIC region.
Ladies and gentlemen, the conference also provides an opportunity for researchers and practitioners to network, collaborate, and form partnerships with stakeholders from academia, industry, government, and civil society. By bringing together experts from different fields and regions, the conference aims to foster a multidisciplinary approach to sustainable development challenges in the OIC region. There are three major contours to these science and technology capacity building initiatives. First and foremost is the human capacity building, for which the Hossein Ibrahim Jamal Foundation has established a myriad of institutions, from schools to colleges, vocational training centers, as well as university campuses. The second important contour is the establishment of high-quality research and development institutions in frontier technology. We are glad that along with the world-famous HEJ Research Institute of Chemistry, we have also established a research center for nanotechnology, the only one of its kind in the country. In addition, we have also donated Pakistan's first digital library, LEJ National Science and Information Center, and LEJ City Campus to the NED University of Science and Technology. The third contour is to create linkages between the academic research with the industrial sector. Our foundation is working very hard to bring top industrialists of the country to the ICCBS and providing them a platform to benefit from the excellence of this premier research establishment. At the end, I would like to express my gratitude to the Excellency, the Chief Minister, for gracing the occasion and for his sustained support and patronage to the ICCBS. And I'm indebted to all of you for your presence here this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Suman. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm very pleased to invite Ms. Nadra Padwani Saiba, Chairperson, Dr. Padwani Memorial Trust, for her remarks.
Excellency Sayyid Murad Ali Shah Sahib, distinguished panel, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and good morning. On behalf of myself and all members of the Panjwani Trust, which is the founding body of the Dr. Panjwani Center for Molecular Medicine and Drug Research at ICCBS, it's my pleasure, it's my privilege to welcome all of you to today's inaugural session for the 24th Scientific Conference of the Islamic Academy of Sciences. As you know, and this is also for the information of our foreign guests here, this center is one of the premier scientific establishments of Pakistan and a hub for frequent scientific gatherings. As such, the opportunity of hosting this prestigious international event of the Muslim world of science is indeed a unique honor for all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, on the subject of Muslims and science, it is customary to take great pride in our past and to talk about the grandeur, the golden age of Islamic science, which roughly speaking was at its peak from the 8th to the 13th century AD. This was a period of unprecedented discovery and learning in all major capital cities of Islam, like Baghdad, Cairo, and Cordoba, which became citadels of science, philosophy, medicine, and education. However, the intellectual decline that set in after the Mongolian invasions, the splintering of the Abbasi dynasty, the misplaced religious intolerance towards the spirit of scientific inquiry, the shifting of focus from science to religious dogma, and the consequent surge in the political power of religious leaders gradually converted the blossoming garden of Islamic science into a dry desert, which has remained parched and barren to this day. There may be the occasional examples of excellence, personal or organizational here and there, but this does not address the larger problem of our failure in the fields of technology, innovation, R&D, and the production of ideas. 57 Muslim countries of the world since 1901 have received only 3 Nobel Awards in the fields of science, and all 3 did their award-winning research outside their home countries. Muslim countries on average spend far less than 1% of their GDP on research and development, and their contribution to global scientific literature is a meager 1.2%. Today, we are in a state of permanent dependence on the West which thrives on the dynamism of its scientific and technological advancements. It is evident that lack of political will, lack of a futuristic vision, and the failure to keep up with the rapid pace of change are responsible for this disappointing situation. Whenever a speech is censored, whenever a thought is forbidden, and whenever a freedom is denied, the chains of intellectual captivity are cast. To break these chains, we need to awaken our minds, our hearts, and our collective conscience. To those of you here who are thought leaders and decision makers, I submit that the time for a ruthless introspection is upon us. Today, a nation of 230 million and more, like Pakistan, is pleading for handouts from international lenders. Looking further afield, with a few notable exceptions, the majority of the Muslim states are in a state of neo-colonial and indirect subjugation. Even the economically affluent Muslim countries are client states of the major foreign powers for their protection and survival. This disgrace is a testimony of our collective failure. The theme of this conference is socio-economic development in OIC countries. Therefore, assemblies such as these must be used to cut through the chase and confront our existential challenges. We need to rethink the reason and the purpose of our existence. In closing, let us draw inspiration from the words of our Holy Prophet, may peace be upon him. Whoever walks in the pursuit of knowledge, Allah facilitates for him the way to heaven. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you a great conference with meaningful and productive outcomes for the greater good of the Ummah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, madam. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel honored to invite His Excellency Professor Dr. Adnan Badran, President, Islamic World Academy of Science and Jordan, for his remarks.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Dear fellows of the Academy, ladies and gentlemen, since our 23rd IAS conference, which was held in Rabat under the patronage of His Majesty King Mohammed VI of Morocco, two fellows of our academy, Professor Abdel Salam Majali of Jordan and Professor Abdul Latif Ibrahim of Malaysia, have passed away. Our condolences, and God bless them and God bless their soul. Our academy now is back working in vigor after the interruption of the pandemic. Our world is passing. Our world is passing through difficult time. Our world is passing through crisis of fragmentation. Wisdom is so badly needed to overcome this fragmentation and to overcome confrontation between countries. We are encountering a global economic crisis now. We are encountering climate change. We are encountering floods, hurricanes, income inequality, tension between East and West, loss of trust between East and West, and lack of resilience. As stated in Davos 2023 declaration, that the world more than ever need smart thinkers and need smart thinking. The world needs wise leaders, leadership, honest decision makers, and need academia responsible as citizens of the world to forge the pathways to cooperation, dialogue, building bridges of peace, bridging of science and technology to overcome poverty and to allow employability and to force success of development, socio-economic development, to develop stability rather than destroying bridges of our fragmented world. With the power of collaboration, innovation, and ingenuity, we have the capacity to turn challenges into opportunities. UNESCO, after World War II, in 1945, when it was created to end all wars and all conflicts between countries, with preamble of its constitution stating, if wars start in the minds of men and women, then we can build the defenses of peace in the minds of men and women through the pillars of education from childhood, inquiry-based education, science, and this is what we are meeting for here as platform of science of the OIC countries, scientists, fellow members of the academy. They meet to discuss problems, how to overcome poverty, and how to encourage and promote socio-economic development of the OIC member states. Culture is so important. Science without culture, without identity, without learning to be, is lost. And if culture is lost, science will not be effective. And communication, how to reach and outreach, how to reach to others and to between us of the OIC countries to cooperate and collaborate and bring fruitful development and glory to our countries. One great pillar of the education is learning to live with others. This is the fourth pillar of education for the 21st century, learning to live with others, respect other cultures and other identities, respect the traditions and other value systems, and respect differences among the human beings. Diversity is the value of the diversity of fauna and flora on our planet. Diversity of minds and thought, diversity of freedom of expression, diversity of science, what to do, what to publish, what to patent, and what to deal with others. Not to discriminate against others. Beliefs, respect beliefs, color, gender, ethnicity, and the difference between a human being on our planet. They are creation of God. We have to respect the creation of God. So science is the common ground between us, because science is not politics. It is a policy which we have to adapt and cooperate and collaborate. We don't interfere with politics. And this is the most important pathway in the Islamic world to achieve socio-economic development. Without science, we cannot build nations. Without technology and without innovation, we cannot create things for our children and our future generation. The development, cooperation, and collaboration among scientists and scientific centers in the Islamic world are essential to achieve progress and to migrate OIC member states from developing into developed world. Such cooperation to become effective requires good governance and good management of all our institutions, no matter where and what for. STI will then spread up and will be created, and then we can cultivate the harvest of STIs to become catalysts for achieving the climax of socio-economic development. A consortium of centers of excellence in OIC centers is so required right now and is so badly needed. South-South cooperation is needed to achieve progress for our countries in the South. We should work on common problems. We should work on common problems shared and cared by all countries of the OIC countries. I feel the priority for us is the nexus of energy, water, and food security. I think this is the nexus we have to concentrate on to collaborate and cooperate. This is the basic for our survival for the future. This is the triangle for sustainability. Remember, this is the triangle for sustainability of every country in the OIC member states. Cooperation, collaboration, and frontier area of science is another field, another area where we have to cooperate through centers of excellence in the South. In the Islamic world, we should bridge the delivery of R&D into socio-economic development. Academia is living in ivory towers. Industry is also living in their ivory towers. How to meet, how to exchange information, knowledge, innovation, and technology between those two pillars of industry and academia. This is the challenge of our universities and our centers of research. The linkage between academia and industry is absent, and there is a gap in most member states of OIC. Partnership with the private sector is so essential. Public sector cannot do it alone. Public sector is the regulator, and he has the duty to catalyze the private sectors, to provide for the private sector the infrastructure, and private sector will be able to do it. Finally, with these remarks, I wish you all a successful conference and a successful declaration and deliberation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And ladies and gentlemen, I feel honored to invite Professor Dr. Rahman, Fellow for Society, Patron-in-Chief ICCBS National Science Laureate for his remarks.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Sayyid Murad Ali Shah Sahib, Honorable Chief Minister of Sindh, Professor Mukhtar Ahmed, Chairman Higher Education Commission, he is joining us from Islamabad virtually. The Khalid Iraqi, Vice Chancellor of our university. My dear friends, Dr. Adnan Badran, it is really a pleasure to have you here. He is heading the Islamic Academy of Sciences. He's the president and he's a dear friend. And so is Dr. Zakri here from Malaysia. So it's good to see so many friends, Dr. Kaim and so many others from across the Islamic world, and Dr. Elias Madoon and others. So very, very warm welcome to all of you. And of course, our own colleagues here, Aziz Latif Jamal Sahib, Nadra Padwani Sahiba, and my dear Iqbal Chaudhry Sahib. Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to all of you. Well, Dr. Adnan Badran has raised some very interesting points, but I'd like to focus on just one of those, which is linkages between academia and industry. That's vitally important, and that's largely missing. If you look at the Western countries, about 60% or even more in some cases, the R&D expenditure is done by the private sector. In countries like Pakistan, less than 1% R&D is done by the private sector. It's all done by universities, and there's hardly any linkage. So I'm in the process of establishing new kinds of universities in Pakistan, and Sir, the Chief Minister, this might interest you. These are universities for socio-economic development. And these are very different from the normal universities in the sense that they are focused on commercial development. The object for the success of these universities will not be just on the basis of PhDs produced or impact factors or citations, which of course will be one factor taken into account, but it will be new products that they have developed, patented internationally, and commercialized. So that is the key, and so key performance indicators. So the first such university is already operational. It is the Pakistan Austrian University in near Islamabad in Haripur, with 8 foreign universities participating, 3 from Austria and 5 from China. A second such university is under construction in Sialkot, and my lecture after the tea break would be focused on some of this, so I don't want to take too much of your time. But these are completely new kinds of universities, and I hope that they will be forerunners for such universities across the Islamic world. And Dr. Adnan, I'd like to share the concept and details of these universities so that you may want to consider it and promote it in other Islamic countries also. These universities will be giving dual degrees. So with 8 foreign partners, so we have chopped up each university into 8 or 10 portions, 8 or 10 centers or departments. And each of these centers has been handed over to a foreign university who will be offering their own degrees in quality assurance systems and so on. And their industry, the foreign industry and our industry will be working together. In the heart of the university will be the technology part. So very interesting concept, and we would like to promote it, but I think that's a very important point that we must focus on, the linkages between academia and industry through very carefully crafted mechanisms so that whatever we do has ultimately an impact. So while impact factors are important, impact on the life of the common man is even more important. So we have to take both of them together and not just talk of citations and impact factors. This institute is a dream coming true. Over the years, last 50, 60 years, the late Professor Salimullah Siddiqui, whose photograph is here, he founded it, and I did whatever little I could, and now Iqbal is carrying the torch and carrying on. And it is, since you'll be here for 2 or 3 days, this might interest you to visit. So it's a multidisciplinary institute. It started off as a chemistry institute, but now it's grown into a multidisciplinary institute with centers in
areas like genomics, like forensic science, like nanotechnology, and Dr. Bhatt is here, so I'm sure his heart will be pleased when he listens about nanotechnology, and also about on distance education and a variety of other fields. We have a 120-bed hospital, and where clinical trials are done, and the Chinese vaccine Sinopharm, which was introduced in Pakistan, was the first vaccine. The clinical trials were done here in our institute. So there's a built-in hospital also. And here I would like to, the development of this has been possible through the private sector. And so the contributions from Aziz Latif Jamal Saab, his father, Latif Ibrahim Jamal Saab, and then Nadra Panwani Sahiba, and now the children are carrying forward and helping in the development of this institute. So my thanks to them. We are also very grateful to the federal government, and Dr. Mukhtar Ahmed is here. So thank you for all your support that has been given for this conference. Dr. Tasawwur Hayat is here. Dr. Saab, thank you for financing, for providing support for this conference. We make this possible. So very kind of you. And special word of thanks for the Sindh government, and particularly Dr. Azra Pichuhu Sahib, who is not here today, but she's been a wonderful, wonderful help and friend and a colleague in helping this institute. She's coming here regularly and seeing the development of this. And so through the help of the Sindh government, Mr. Chief Minister, we have the Sindh Innovation Research and Educational Network, through which we are linking up education and research with various universities in Sindh. The Latif Ibrahim Jamal Nanotechnology Center has received a major grant from the Sindh government, a development grant. Similarly, the Sino-Pakistan Traditional Medicine Research Center, along with this, the Sindh Health Research Facility, the Sindh Forensic DNA and Serology Lab. So when the COVID came, we were doing about 3,000 tests on a daily basis, and we have an excellent facility for the genomic research. So we are regularly looking at the changing, the constant mutations that the virus has been exhibiting. And so we established a biosafety level 3 facility in the Virology Institute, the National Virology Institute, which has been set up in collaboration with Germany and with China. The famous Wuhan laboratories are involved with us in the establishment of the virology facility. And now, thank you, sir, for the Sindh food project that is now being implemented from the Sindh government. So Sindh government has been also very closely involved in the development of this center. So why has this all happened, or how has this happened? Because people often ask us, how is it that this center has evolved while others may not have done so well? But I think the answer lies in several factors. The most important, I think, is the quality of faculty. Universities are not about beautiful buildings, they're about beautiful minds. So under the system that we have, all faculty members go through 8 international review processes at different stages of their progress as they go up from assistant to full professor level. And if they fail in any one of these 8, they're out of the system. So we have tried to create a highly charged competitive environment where only the best would survive. So the faculty, I think, is the heart and the key of this development process. The second, and so we have the KPIs laid down in which each faculty member is evaluated also every year on the basis of a number of yardsticks, including his resourcefulness, the ability to win funding from outside, not just publications, but also patents and also service to society. These are some of the factors. The Institute has also been constantly striving for excellence. We have a long way to go, but we are constantly striving for excellence and trying to win grants internationally. And so this is reflected from the fact that some $23 million grant, $23 million from JICA, from Japan, for our work here, about $8 million from the Office of Naval Research for our work on bioactive natural products, about 4.8 million Deutschmarks from Germany, over £1 million from UK, and numerous grants from the National Institute of Health, National Cancer Institute, and other international funding agencies. They have all contributed. Mrs. Chief Minister, ladies and gentlemen, we don't have a very large faculty, about 75 or 80 people, but 32 of them have won civil awards. 32 out of 80. And these include 1 Nishane Imtiaz, 5 Hilali Imtiaz, 13 Sitara Imtiaz, and 13 Tamga Imtiaz and Pride of Performance. So 32 civil awards, which highlights, of course, numerous Doctorate of Science degrees and other honors and awards that I won't go into, but this is just an indication that we are trying to constantly strive for the further development of this institute in areas, and of course the technicians that we have 6 electronic engineers for maintenance work, excellent facilities. We have about 13 superconducting NMR spectrometers from 300 megahertz to 800 megahertz for macromolecular work, some 20 different types of mass spectrometers, etc., etc. So we have tried to create a facility which is at par with good institutions in other countries. But it's a never-ending effort, and all this has been possible through the leadership now provided by Professor Iqbal, the vision that Professor Salimullah Siddiqui had, and the small contribution that I made to the development. I would like to end just by thanking all of you, and I hope that you have a stimulating time and visit here, and that you make new friends, and then this leads to new collaboration. So thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I again would like to request His Excellency Professor Dr. Adnan Badran to read the message from His Royal Highness Prince Al Hassan bin Talal, founding patron of the Islamic World Academy of Science and Technology.
Over to you. Message of Nina.
Yeah.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Well, I am back. But with different hats. I'll be speaking on behalf of His Royal Highness Prince Hassan. And His Royal Highness Prince Hassan, with the President of Pakistan in the 80s, they have created IAS, the Islamic World Academy of Sciences. He wished to be with you here because he loves Pakistan. His wife, she is from Pakistan. Princess Harwat. And both of them, they would love to be with you here, but really it's too much work at home. So they couldn't run away from it. Here, this is the word of Prince Hassan bin Talal, Prince of Jordan. Dear fellows of the Academy, dear guests, disasters, whether elemental, foreseeable, deliberate, or accidental, carry so much harm to individuals, families, citizens, and in all regions. Entire countries face physical, social, emotional, and economic crisis as a result of disasters. The floods of Pakistan, we still remember how much lives were lost. Our condolences to their families. Man-made and natural disaster are transboundary and complex, and therefore require to develop a critical mass of interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary science. Those problems need various disciplines of science to cooperate with to solve those regional and global problems. Event of emissions set for the 2015 in Paris agreement or protocol for gas reduction and pledges is not really very effective because of disaster and conflict our global and planet is meeting nowadays. Children born after 2020 will, with an average, face 7 times more scorching heat waves, almost 3 times more droughts, and 3 times as many crop failures and floods. And there is as many wildfires during the globe our future generations will meet. So our future generation, as scientists believe, will meet challenges 3 times more than we have met. This is why solidarity, cooperation, and coordination between scientists is so badly needed to safeguard our future generations. As a consequence, I encourage policymakers and members of the scientific community of OIC countries to recognize that science transcends political borders, make it an effective tool for collaboration and cooperation among us. And such, it is essential to encourage collaboration between centers and research centers and universities in the OIC member states. Whether in the context of climate change or food security, things falling apart. We have how to bring things together to develop the defenses against problems we are facing. This is why we have to gear and to steer to the principle of collaboration, partnership and collaboration. It is extremely important for self-reliance and providing the quality of life, particularly for those vulnerable and for those who are marginalized. It may be tempting to view the pandemic and natural disaster from various centers, that this could be shocking in the future unless we deal with the causes which has caused the pandemic to become global. This should not be repeated if science moves in to collaborate and cooperate in future problems of epidemics. For decades, I have called for the development of zakat. The zakat is foundation to coordinate the contribution of the Islamic world and Islamic people and direct them to those who need it, individuals and communities in urgent need for it. I think we have to go back and look at zakat, how to become effective tool for helping the needy people in our Islamic states. This is our culture, and this is our religious duty. We have to strengthen the resilience of vulnerable groups while creating a sense of cultural affinity. The concept of human dignity is so important, how to promote the dignity of our people in the coming and in the future days, to embrace the richness of diversity. Zakat does not discriminate between people, between ethnicity, and between gender. It is an umbrella for all people on the planet under God. There is no doubt that science, technology, and innovation all play a key role in socio-economic development of OIC countries. But policies must always be made with reference to human dignity and cultural affinity. Those two important pillars should not be forgotten among scientists in order to improve people's lives in the long term. It is essential then that commons between us should be concentrated on and promoted for socio-economic development. And education should be given priority for quality education and critical thinking in education that encourage science, invention and cooperation and innovation. My wish wishes go to all of you in this conference and wish you a successful conclusion. Thank you, Al-Hassan bin Talal.
Thank you so much, sir. And now I again would like to request Professor Dr. Muhammad Iqbal Chaudhry, Coordinator General Comstic, to read the message of His Excellency the President, Islamic Republic of Pakistan.
I'm also back again. We don't have with us now honorable consul generals of various countries, our brother country Turkey. Thank you very much, sir, for coming. Our brother country Indonesia, Morocco and Yemen, representative of Mauritius, several vice chancellors, and Secretary General of Pakistan Academy of Sciences with us. Okay, so I have the honor of reading the message of His Excellency Dr. Arif Alvi, President of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. And message start, I would like to warmly welcome all of you to the 24th International Scientific Conference of the Islamic World Academy of Sciences on challenges to promote science and technology for socio-economic development in OIC countries, which is being jointly organized by the Islamic World Academy of Sciences Organization of Islamic Cooperation Ministerial Standing Committee, which is COMSTEC, and International Center for Chemical and Biological Sciences. President said, I would like to express our deep gratitude and thanks to His Royal Highness Prince Al Hassan bin Talal of Jordan for his gracious patronage of the Islamic World Academy of Sciences. President said, I also wish to convey our appreciation to COMSTEC and ICCBS for hosting the conference of the Islamic World Academy of Sciences on a subject of increasing importance for the Muslim Ummah. As you are aware, Muslim Ummah is facing major challenges in promoting sustainable and inclusive socio-economic development. These challenges relate to poverty alleviation, food security, low literacy, youth employment, health and well-being, and the impact of climate change. These challenges could be overcome successfully by making joint and coordinated efforts by the Muslim countries by harnessing the potential of science, technology, and innovation for the benefit of the entire OIC region. The growing severity of these challenges demand efficient and effective actions based on strengthening capacity in the field of science, technology, and innovation. For this purpose, we need to increase linkages and active collaboration among academia, industry, governments, and organizations like COMSTEC, Islamic Academy of Sciences, and ICCBS. Business communities, IT professionals, scientists, and youth of OIC countries must be given more opportunities to interact, share their experiences, and learn from each other. Furthermore, they must undertake joint initiatives and projects on the field, in the field of science technology, particularly in emerging fields of IT, like artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, data analysis, and cloud computing. It is a matter of great satisfaction that COMSTEC has initiated a large number of programs for the development of science, technology, and innovation in Islamic countries. In this endeavor, COMSTEC has made valuable contributions in establishing the Islamic World Academy of Sciences and other networks. Another noteworthy action by COMSTEC is to align its program with the Sustainable Development Goal of the 2030. In the end, President said, I would like to call on distinguished fellows of the Islamic World Academy of Sciences to support COMSTEC in this noble mission to speed up scientific and technological progress in the Islamic countries as per COMSTEC's mandate of enhancing cooperation in science and technology and creating institutional structures for research and development. The challenges of promoting socio-economic development in the Muslim Ummah are significant, but I am confident that you will succeed in your endeavors. I wish you a very productive, engaging, and successful event. This message was received earlier. President has also conveyed his condolences on immense loss of life because of the earthquake in Turkey and Syria. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you so much, sir. And now it's my pleasure to invite Professor Dr. Khalid Mahmood Iraqi, Vice Chancellor, University of Karachi, for his talk.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Honorable Chief Minister Syed Murad Ali Shah Sahab, Professor Dr. Ataur Rahman, Patent Chief ICCBS, Professor Dr. Adnan Badran, former Prime Minister of Jordan and the President of Islamic World Academy of Sciences, Professor Dr. Muhammad Iqbal Chaudhry, Coordinator General OIC COMSTEC and Director ICCBS, Mr. Aziz Latif Jamal Sahab, Chairman Hussain Ibrahim Jamal Foundation, Ms. Nadira Panjwani, Chairperson Dr. Panjwani Memorial Trust, diplomat, guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. First of all, I welcome the Honorable Chief Minister, Sayyid Murad Ali Shah Sahab, and scientists from the different Muslim world at the University of Karachi, one of the largest university of Pakistan in terms of its number of students and faculty. It is very important. It is very important even today when we talk about OIC and socio-economic development. The people here talk about science, but Badran Sahab talk about science is not politics, right? He talk about science as a policy. But I believe in the Muslim world, we have to believe in science rather than fiction. Whatever problem we are facing in the Muslim world in terms of hunger, in terms of starvation, in terms of illiteracy, it is because we don't believe in knowledge, we don't believe in science. And it's about application of knowledge and application of science for the betterment of the society. So whatever the research we are doing, we have to link this research with our community. I think there are three triangles in terms of development of any country. And I can see these three triangles in this auditorium. One, government. Second, academia. And the third one is the private sector. So we have to work with these three triangles for the socio-economic development of any country. But unfortunately, these three triangles are not collaborating with each other. And I think this event is important, providing a platform where we can sit together and frame a policy which link to the betterment of the society. As Badran Sahab talked about the Western world and the Muslim world and the problem which we are facing, I think it is the right time that we should have a collaboration of Muslim scientists. Generally, we talk about OIC in terms of the political framework. In the political front, there is no unity, there is no cohesion among the Muslim world. But I think this is the time that the Muslim scientists, they can have this collaboration. As Badran Sahab talked about, culture and science is very important. I am not a student of science, but because of Zata Shanwari Sahab, I came to know about the science and its culture and its different aspects. And I believe the cultural diversity is very important. Generally, we tend to see diversity in a negative term, but there is a beauty in diversity. There is no beauty without diversity. So let's work with this beauty and provide a platform to our younger generation to promote a culture of research. And I am very confident that the faculty members at the University of Karachi, they are committed to their professional requirement. They are committed to research. They are committed to education. So Chief Minister Sahab, I'm particularly thankful to you for supporting educational institution in the province of Sindh. It's not because you're sitting and I'm praising to you. Let me share a figure. During the last 3 years, the government has increased funding of universities 3-4 times. It used to be only for the University of Karachi, it was only around 3 years back, it was only 500 million, it's around 1,500. It's a tremendous support to the cause of education, because I firmly believe expenditure in education is not expense. It is investment. Investment in terms of your future. Investment in terms of your development. There is no development without people. People are the target of development and people are the instrument of development. So this expenditure, this investment in education is going to help our future generation. So Chief Minister Sahab Murad Ali Shah Sahab has been very kind enough and putting education on top priority. I'm talking about in the perspective of higher education particularly, but at the grassroots level as well. So I am very much thankful to the Sindh government for supporting educational institution for the cause of education. Thank you, sir. And I think ICCBS has played a very significant role. It is one of the center of excellence at the University of Karachi. We feel proud about this center. And I think Ataur Rahman and Iqbal Chaudhry Sahab has played a very important role and a pivotal role in inculcating the culture of research, inculcating the spirit of professionalism. As Adnan Sahab talked about the governance, I think it's about professional attitude and the governance. They are the two key factors. If we work together, we can see socio-economic development. Socio-economic development should be the top priority. I don't want to indulge in a debate about our defense expenditures, so on and so forth. But let's focus about the socio-economic development, applying knowledge and working together. I think this platform is a very important platform, and I want to engage myself, learning from you people, your expertise, that how we can work with the culture of science and research to promote socio-economic development in the Muslim world, and particularly in the context of Pakistan. In the end, I am very thankful to Chief Minister Saab. Early in the morning, he was here, and he is very particular and punctual in terms of his commitment. Thank you, sir, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, sir. And now I'm pleased to invite Dr. Mukhtar Ahmed, Chairman, Higher Education Commission, Pakistan, for his remarks.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Excellency Sayyid Murad Ali Shah Sahab, Chief Minister, Government of Sindh, Pakistan. Excellency Professor Adnan Bardan, President, Islamic World Academy of Sciences from Jordan. Professor Dr. Ataur Rahman Sahab, Professor Dr. Iqbal Chaudhry, Dr. Khalid Mahmood Iraqi Sahab, the Vice Chancellor of Karachi University, Ms. Nadra Panjwani Sahaba, Mr. Aziz Latif Jamal Sahab, distinguished guests, fellows, participants from different countries, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, and very good morning from Islamabad. I'm honored to be here today, particularly because Professor Badran is in Pakistan. I don't know if he remember me, but I had the honor of working with him when I was Deputy Director General ICESCO in Rabat, and with Dr. Tariji in ICESCO. And we participated in conference, and I visited Jordan also, and he was in Rabat also. So I particularly came to see you, Dr. Badran. Thank you for coming in Pakistan, especially in this difficult time. This is another hope for us that the world is looking toward us, world is still believing in us, and hosting this, the organizing this year conference, 24th conference in Islamabad, in Pakistan. Thanks to Dr. Iqbal Chaudhry and Dr. Ataur Rahman that they have given me opportunity that I should be part of this very important meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, I think, mashallah, you people are learned people, the great scientists in the world, in Islamic world, and I'm an humble kind of facilitator in my capacity as the Chairman of Higher Education Commission in Pakistan. I just have to say a few words because I know, mashallah, Chief Minister Saab is sitting here, he has other engagement also. So just few things, because I was listening different speeches, I was listening Dr. Iraqi's very kind of balanced kind of approach of not only appreciating, but same time telling that what are the difficulties we are facing. Dr. Badran, I think the Islamic Academy of Sciences is playing very important role, and other academies. I've been in Rabat for a couple of years. I have seen other academies, and in Pakistan Academy of Sciences also in a humble way, they are trying to facilitate and also play their role. But I think that we need to shift this role now. We were talking about the contribution in higher education, in science and technology, and what we are doing. I think Muslims were leader in science and technology. Muslims were the leader in all fields of education, from 7th century to 13th century. I don't have to tell you, but basically that In any field of science today, you open the books and you can find the contribution of Muslim philosophers and scientists. What went wrong? I think we need to have some research on this thing, that we need to fix that. What went wrong that we have left our path and other people have taken rightly, so they are leading in the world and we are left behind. What went wrong that we are not producing a Nobel laureate from the Islamic world, but a small state, Israel, next to you, they have so many Nobel laureates. So these type of questions need to be addressed. Our scientists are, believe me, our scientists are not less than anybody in the world. All those scientists, Muslim scientists working in other countries, they contribute. Even in the COVID, the vaccine was created by Muslim scientists from Turkey. So something is wrong in our system. I think we need to address, and people like you, they can play a very important role. We were talking about the sport in higher education and science and technology. Excellency, you know that in OIC, under OIC, the head of the state of Muslim world, they agreed decades back that every Islamic country, they are going to spend at least 4% of their GDP in education. You know how much we are spending in Pakistan in education? 2.9%. This is the allocation, not spending. And you know how much we are spending on higher education? 0.27% to 8.28%. What are we expecting from Muslim countries? What are we expecting from science and technology? I think at policy level, OIC, ComStech, ICESCO, your Academy of Sciences, they need to play a pivotal role to do the lobbying in our government level, that government need to take serious note on this, not spending in education, and particularly in higher education and science technology. And same time, my message to researcher, the scientists will be, please come out of this impact factor phenomena. Dr. Atta rightly said that from impact factor to impact, we are not solving the problem of our societies. Please, whenever we do some research, keep human in your mind. Any research, any scientific activity where we are not focusing on the welfare of human, we are wasting our resources and time and everything. These are the few. I know it is a big forum, and people like Dr. Badran is sitting there, Dr. Ataur Rahman, and so many different scientists from around the world, they are sitting there, they're listening. And Excellency, our Chief Minister from Sindh is also present there. So my request will be that people like you, the people at the top, the decision making, they need to do this lobbying work in the Muslim society, in Muslim countries, that we have to take education, science and technology very serious, and not only for photo session, but to real investment need to be done in higher education and science and technology if we really want to make a change in the society, and if we really want to overcome the misery of people in Islamic world we are facing. These are a few thoughts in humble way I thought I should convey to you, and also to our scientists sitting, listening to us, the leader, the decision maker. And also I was very much eager to see you personally through video link maybe. And thank you that you came to Pakistan. I wish you should have visited Islamabad and we should have hosted you. But next time when you are around, please do visit Islamabad also. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and good luck for this conference. And I hope this, my few observations, they can have some impact, inshallah, in future policies. Thank you very much. Pakistan Zindabad.
Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel privileged to invite our chief guest, His Excellency Syed Murad Ali Shah, Chief Minister, Government of Sindh, Pakistan, for the inaugural address.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. His Excellency Professor Dr. Adnan Badran, Professor Dr. Ataur Rahman, Professor Dr. Muhammad Iqbal Chaudhry, Professor Dr. Khalid Mahmood Iraqi, Mr. Aziz Latif Jamal, Madam Nadra Panjwani, members of the diplomatic corps sitting here, distinguished fellows of the IAS, foreign and local delegates sitting here, and those online. Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. It is indeed a great pleasure for me to inaugurate the 24th conference of the IAS on challenges to promote science and technology for socio-economic development in the OIC countries, the International Center for Chemical and Biological Sciences. I feel honored and privileged to be here. I am pleased to see a large number of distinguished fellows participating in this international event. This major science event is an important step towards a better understanding of how science and technology can be effectively deployed to solve enduring problems of poverty, food insecurity, climate change in the Muslim world. This gathering represents the growing interest and commitment of Muslim Ummah towards science and technology for human well-being. I'm pleased to learn that this 24th Scientific Conference of IAS is organized under the patronage of His Excellency, President of Pakistan, and His Royal Highness Prince Hassan bin Talal. Being a professional engineer, I am aware of the importance of the need for research in science and technology. It is only through the application of science and technology that we can handle the enduring challenges of poverty, climate change, food insecurity, and increasing disease burden that faces the world today. We need to not only solve many local issues, but also partner with other nations in handling global challenges. The theme of the event is therefore timely and significant. And it is very timely as the Muslim world in the last 6 months has faced at least two severe disasters. The floods in Pakistan, though it was a man-made disaster, but humans contributed to it. Pakistan only contributes to less than 1% of global greenhouse gases, but we suffered, and we suffered a lot. We had the highest flood in our human history, I believe. It affected 33 million people all over Pakistan. The province of Sindh bore the major brunt. 12.4 million were affected. More than 70% of our agricultural land was submerged. 24 out of 30 districts were declared calamity hit. More than 800 lives were lost. 2 million houses damaged. 3.8, nearly 4 million acres of standing crop destroyed. What is the consequence of that? Apart from the physical damage that we faced, we are right now facing a threat of more than 5 million people going below poverty line. Almost 4.3 million people facing threat of food insecurity. And this is what we want conferences like this to address, as to how to overcome these, once these disasters do occur, how to mitigate and reduce the losses. At the same time, in Turkey and Syria, the earthquake that we faced, and His Excellency, the Consul General of Turkey is here. I believe almost 50,000 or more than 55,000 deaths in both the countries, more than 150,000 injured. 175,000 buildings are destroyed or severely damaged. And what I've learned is that more than 1.5 million people are homeless. So conferences like these, what we expect is the scientists to come up with mitigating circumstances for disasters like these. Ladies and gentlemen, in the enterprise of science and technology, strong research and development institutions play a key role. I am pleased to see that our premier research institution, the International Center for Chemical and Biological Sciences, is constantly striving to upgrade its capacity and human resources for frontier research and graduate training in chemical, biomedical, and biochemical sciences. The Honorable Professor Dr. Ataur Rahman spoke about the contribution of this institution during the COVID crisis, and I personally visited the center at that time, and the government of Sindh immediately came and contributed so that we could get this was the center which could do the highest number of COVID tests in Pakistan. We started from scratch. Before the COVID crisis hit us, we had not a single COVID test could be done here, but in a very short time, we were able to do more than 3,000 tests a day in this field. This center is an excellent example of the strong commitment of our private sector federal and provincial governments, international donors, and our scientists and researchers towards the science and technology-based development in Pakistan. It is heartening to learn that International Center for Chemical and Biological Sciences has been recognized as the UNESCO and OIC Center of Excellence, as well as the World Health Organization Collaborating Center. We at the Government of Sindh have placed the ICCBS at the center of our science and technology-based initiatives. Various departments of my government are working closely with ICCBS management to establish research centers, upgrade the existing laboratory infrastructure of the province, as well as to conduct some of the enduring issues in health and agriculture that the province is facing today. This includes the establishment of the Sindh Serology and DNA Forensic Lab, the upgradation of the Chemico-Bacterial Lab in Karachi, and the establishment of the Traditional Medicine and Research Center. I'm also delighted to learn that my idea of the establishment of a seamless learning platform for the universities has been implemented at the Sindh Innovation, Research and Education Network by the ICCBS, which connects leading universities of Sindh. My government has also decided to declare 5 centers of the ICCBS as Sindh healthcare research facilities in fields such as regenerative medicine, disease genomics, and pharmaceutical research. At the end, I must thank COMSET with Professor Dr. Iqbal Chaudhry as its Coordinator General for organizing this major international event at the ICCBS in collaboration with Islamic World Academy of Sciences and the ICCBS University of Karachi for inviting me to this prestigious event. I also assure you of the firm commitment of my government towards protecting and strengthening universities and research centers in the province and linking them to the production sector for the benefit of the common people. I wish all the participants a very productive and successful conference. Thank you very much for your presence here this morning. Thank Pakistan, Paindabad. May God bless all of you.
Thank you so much, sir. And now I would like to request His Excellency Professor Dr. Ahmad Badran, President of IAS, to kindly present the plaque of IAS to the members of the Dice Party. I request all the members to kindly we are moving the chairs back so that the Excellency can present the plaque to the members of the Dice Party. Okay. Excellency is now presenting the plaque to His Excellency Syed Murad Ali Shah, Chief Minister of Government. Professor, Excellency is now presenting the shield to Professor Dr. Rahman. Excellency will now present the shield to Professor Dr. Khalid Mahmood Al-Afi. Excellency will now present the shield to His Excellency Professor Dr. Muhammad Iqbal Chaudhry. Excellency will now present the shield to Mr. Aziz Latif Jamal Sahib. Excellency is presenting shield to Mr. Aziz Latif Jamal, and now Excellency will present shield to Ms. Sadra Pajwani Sahiba, Chairperson Dr. Pajwani Memorial Trust. And now I request Coordinator General COMSEC to present the shield. Excellency is now presenting shield to Professor Dr. Syed Murad Ali Shah. Excellency will now present the shield to Professor Dr. Azhar Rahman. Professor Iqbal is now presenting shield to Professor Dr. Azhar Rahman. Professor Iqbal will now present the shield to Professor Dr. Khalid Mahmood Rafi. Professor Iqbal will now present the shield to Professor Khalid Mahmood Rafi Sahib. Professor Iqbal will present shield to Mr. Aziz Jamal Sahib now. Professor Iqbal will now present the shield to Ms. Nada Panjwani Sahib. And now I'm trusting Professor Iqbal will present shield to himself. Thank you so much. So I request all the dignitaries to kindly head for the group photo. Please. Thank you so much, everyone. And now I request everyone to kindly proceed to the Golden Jubilee Hall for the reception. The students are requested to kindly remain seated till the departure of the guests. Thank you so much, Pakistan Zindabad.